Hi y'all, welcome back to Alaskan Ballistics. This is Chuck. I hope you are doing really well today. Today we have 10mm versus 40 Smith & Wesson. A lot of people say there's not a lot of difference between the two. I don't know where they get that from. We're going to prove it today over the Chronograph. And then we're going to do some penetration tests with this ammo. Now this is a woods defense ammo. This is not your normal hollow point, jacketed hollow point. This is for woods defense. I don't recommend 40 Smith & Wesson for big bears up here in Alaska. But if it's all you have, it's better than a sharp stick. Perhaps down in the lower 48 in places that you only have mountain lions and black bear and coyotes and wolves, then maybe the 40 Smith & Wesson will be adequate. Don't recommend it for up here in Alaska, but again, if you just moved up here and that's all you have, possibility if you hit it just right, you might get lucky. So we have the 200 grain 40 Smith & Wesson from Underwood. And then we have the same exact projectile. The box says it's supposed to be going 1250 out of the 10mm. It's 200 grain hardcast high-tech coated from Underwood. So we will be shooting these out of a SIG 239. All of these have been safety checked. We were, of course, at a safe range when we did this. SIG 239, 3.6-inch barrel. And for similar length of barrel, 3.79-inch barrel of a Glock 29. Then, just for kicks and grins, we threw in on the Chronograph a 5.25-inch XDM 40 Smith & Wesson right there. And we shot both the 40 Smith & Wesson and the 10mm out of the Glock Model 40 with the 6.5-inch KKM barrel. Don't recommend shooting a lot of 40 Smith & Wesson out of your 10mm. It can be done. A lot of people do it, but I don't recommend it all the time because you can build up pressure in the chamber, especially in a Glock factory barrel that's unsupported with the high pressured 40 rounds. So I've had a Glock blow up with 40 Smith & Wesson before. It was an ammunition fault, but not the Glock. But 10mm KKM barrel right there. So first we're going to do chronograph test, and then we are going to do our penetration test with the SIG P239 and the Glock 29. Here we go, 239, 974, 984, 975. That was 3, and I always ride the slide release on this gun, just because my hands are so small, grip's so high. But it's so smooth to shoot. The P239, SIG, what were you doing when you quit making this gun? This is the smoothest concealed carry gun out there. Got good weight to it instead of that lightweight crap. So here we are. Not that there's anything wrong with the P365, but now, for kicks and grins, it's not the same barrel length as anything. We have a 5.25-inch XDM here today. We're gonna fire the 40 out of that. Got 3 rounds as well. 1010. 999, 1006, and I rode the slide release there too on this gun. So that's why I like Glocks. I don't ride the slide release. Now, I don't necessarily recommend doing this all the time, but I'm going to shoot 10mm Glock 40. I'm going to shoot 40 Smith & Wesson out of it. Get the 6.5-inch KKM barrel in it. I've tested a few rounds, which should be good. Here we go. 1028, 1038, and 1043. So we did get significantly more out of that, and it fed and cycled everything. I was surprised. So that's good. Now let's compare it to 10mm. We have the Glock 29, 200 grain, hardcast coated. This is a factory barrel. I'm only shooting 3 rounds. So here we go. 10mm out of a 3.79. The SIG 239 was 3.6 inches. So here we are. 1133, 1126, 1138. For a short barrel, it beat the longest barreled 40. So there is a lot of difference between 10mm and 40 in this stuff. Now, As you saw this in the 357 Magnum versus 10 millimeter video, let's see how good this lot number does. This is a different box and lot number. 200 grain out of the G40. Here we go. 1298, 1300, 1319. So slightly above 1300 like we did in the last lot number. Way more than 40 Smith & Wesson out of the same gun. All at like 280 feet per second more or something like that. So if you're thinking about 10 millimeter versus 40 Smith & Wesson, it's really not much of a choice if you're talking about actual defense against creatures, especially here in Alaska. Don't get yourself killed with a 40, get a 10. So this is our add-up slide. I'll let you pause the video and read all the numbers yourself, but what I thought was really cool about this was the standard deviation was actually pretty darn good for handgun factory ammo for all of these. Anything under 10 is good. The fact that we got several under 5 is really good. But there is a huge difference in foot-pounds of energy and muzzle velocity between the 10 millimeter and the 40 Smith & Wesson in what we tested today. Stay tuned for the rest of the video. Thanks, y'all. This week's shout out is Jet001, link in description. Cool channel, lots of guns. Go subscribe. Sig 239, we've got the 40 Smith & Wesson 200 grain Hardcast from Underwood. Dinner plate and water jugs is our standard bear skull penetration test. Here we go. All right, shattered the dinner plate. And looks like it penetrated at least 4 jugs. Let's see what it did. All right, so shattered the dinner plate. 1, 2, 3, 4. It did come out the back of the 4th and is punctured the 5th just a little bit, and the bullet is in between right there. There's our red Hardcast bullet. Our minimum for this channel is 4 water jugs after the dinner plate. Technically speaking, if you absolutely this is all you had in bear country, you could do it. Would it be smart? Probably not, but you could do it. Now we got the 10 millimeter Hardcast. My microphone died, so sorry about the wind noise out here tonight. Here we go. Woo! Got hit in the face with some water there. No, thankfully no dinner plates. Let's see how many it went through. Okay, so it really shattered the dinner plate a lot more than the 40 Smith & Wesson did. Completely emptied the first 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like it's in the 4th jug. Yep, it's down here in the 4th jug. It punctured the 5th jug. Did it puncture the 5th jug? Did not puncture the 5th jug. The 5th jug has survived. So let me get this out here. So there's the 10 millimeter going so much faster. It actually expanded a little bit more, hit with more authority. So 10 millimeter versus 40 Smith & Wesson. Just about the same penetration, with the 40 Smith & Wesson actually penetrating a little bit more. Not surprising. The 10 millimeter actually moved more water and busted the plate into more millions of pieces. Do you want bone crushing or do you want deep, deep penetration? They'll both work if you happen to get the right shot. Both are a little light for brown bear defense. I know a lot of people use 10 millimeter and I do too. Still a little light. Okay, we are going to measure these bullets and see how much they weigh. Right here, I have the 40 Smith & Wesson bullet that we got out of the water jugs. See how much it weighs. 183.3 grains. Not bad weight retention. That's in the 90% range. And now we got the 10 millimeter. 171.9. That is in the 85% range as far as weight retention is concerned. So the 10 millimeter was going faster, crushed the bullet more, so it penetrated less. That was kind of to be expected. If you like our videos, like, share, and subscribe. Consider supporting us on Patreon or Subscribe Star. Share our stuff on Facebook and Instagram. We have Facebook and Instagram pages where you can contact me. God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range.